What if I told you that every time you sign a loan contract, you agree to return more money than was ever created? Welcome to the greatest illusion in human history. A system so perfectly hidden that its victims thank their oppressors. Here's how it works. The creditor creates only the principal amount, let's call it A, but demands repayment of A plus interest. The interest was never created, never lent, never existed. This interest, this I, exists only in the collective delusion. It's a debt for money that was never printed, never minted, never brought into existence. The math is simple and devastating. If only 100 units exist, how can everyone collectively pay back 110? The answer, they can't. So debtors are forced into horizontal theft, stealing from each other to pay an interest that doesn't exist, creating the illusion. There are compensating for their own missing interest. The system protects itself with tautological law. It's legal because you signed it. You signed it because it's legal. A perfect circle that never requires proof of possibility. The law reverses the burden of proof, creating a tyrannical order, serving only the creditor, while victims are condemned to consent to their own violation. Each debtor pays for the right to obtain money as a lever for horizontal theft, never realizing they're all working for the same vertical thief who watches like spectators at a cockfight. The system has never been more vulnerable than now. Since 1971, strangely, the inversion of 1917, when all monetary constraints were removed, the illusion has become total. But once you see the mechanism, it becomes almost comical. The enormity of the systematic deception is so absurd, you have to hold back laughter. We signed to return more than we obtained. We fight each other for what doesn't exist, and we call it economics. I call it organized fraud with the victims in the cast. The essential truth: you cannot return more than you obtain. What we're lent never belongs to us. It belongs to the lender. Plus an interest never lent, never created, never existing. This is the creditor's lever to capture all real wealth from borrowers, creating a structural, monetary whole that forces debtors to pillage collective wealth, to compensate for interest that has no monetary existence. Once revealed to the world, this won't just look like an apocalypse. It will be a final judgment, completely exonerating the non-consenting, unenlightened victims of this systematic deception. The system has never been more naked and vulnerable to mass revelation than right now. The question is, will you continue to play their game, or will you finally see the strings?